Hey guys, it's Lisa. I'm gonna do a quick video now because this next week I think is gonna be kind of crazy and probably for everybody out there as well. So I'm just gonna do a quick review or comparison on the two double wear foundations from Estee Lauder. It's the let's see this better, I'm sorry, double wear light and the regular double wear. They are really quite similar, so I'm just going to tell you the differences. Um, the regular double wear is slightly heavier, and that makes it sound kind of bad, but it is, I mean, honestly, it is kind of a heavy foundation, but you get a full coverage out of this and a pretty full coverage out of this, but this one's definitely heavier and a fuller coverage. They both have SPF 10, um, and they both which is weird because the Chanel foundations that I have that have an SPF, I think it's either 10 or 15. I don't have a problem with when I have pictures taken with flash when I'm wearing any of my Chanel foundations. I don't have any problem um, with any of them giving that flashback effect with like the sunscreen or any ingredient in there. I don't get that effect where my effect bleh. I don't have that problem where my face looks lighter in flash photography pictures with my Chanel foundations or any of my other ones except for my Estee Lauder ones. So, which kind of sucks because with these kind of being a fuller coverage, it kind of gives you that flawless look. Although you kind of have to have a light hand with this one, or it can look like you have too much makeup on. But unfortunately, yeah, these give kind of that flashback effect where your face looks a little bit lighter. It's not too bad. Like I've seen it really bad on some people or in some pictures, but it's enough so that I would rather not wear those if I know that I'm going to an event or something where pictures are going to be taken. Because I don't want to be that one person in the picture that has the white, like glowy face. Yeah. So those are kind of cons about those. But if you like full coverage, Estee Lauder and a long wearing, they're both very long wearing. Estee Lauder double wear is definitely a good place to go. Now, if you like a fuller coverage and don't mind heaviness, um, you probably won't mind this at all. This one also is completely matte. There's no shimmer to this. It's not really that glowy. I put them both on my hand um, so I could kind of feel them side by side. And honestly, when I feel them on my hand, there's no real difference between the two. On my face, however, I can feel that the Double Wear Light does feel a little bit less heavy. Um, Also, when I noticed for the first time ever when I put them on my hand is that the Double Wear Light actually has this tiny, tiny, tiny amount of almost like a micro shimmer, I guess. It's very, um, it's not super noticeable, but when I see them side by side, I can tell that the side that I put the Double Wear Light on versus the regular Double Wear, there is like that really faint which would almost give it like a sheen on your face. And I don't mean it in a bad way at all. Like it actually would look kind of nice, except for I guess when I look at it, it's visible. But for some reason, I haven't noticed it until now. So, yeah. Also, which this is kind of weird because the Double Wear has a bigger shade range than the Double Wear Light. But right now, the Double Wear Light is actually a better color for me. For some reason, and I don't, maybe it's just because I'm a little bit lighter right now with it not being summer, but it almost has a little bit of a pinker undertone than the Double Wear Light does. And I think this should be a neutral shade. It's 2N2 Fresco for the Double Wear, the regular one, and I'm just Intensity 2 in Double Wear Light. So I'm not sure really, like I would think that the Intensity 2 would be a neutral shade, but like I said, this one is supposed to be neutral, but it looks a little bit more, and you're not going to be able to see it really on the camera. Well, you can kind of see like where it's at, but it's just a little bit pinker. Yeah. And then my other half is a little bit better match, but it has a tiny bit of shimmer in it. So those would be some differences there. Um, I honestly can't think of the price right now. I know they're both under 40, but more than 35, I believe. And I think they're both 1 ounce. Let me double check for you. 1 ounce for the double wear and 1 ounce. So they're the same size. I do kind of like that this one is in a squeeze tube. Um, this does not have a pump, unfortunately, so you have to dump it out. Be kind of nice if it had a pump. Anyway, I just wanted to put a quick video out there comparing those two because if I had thought about it, I would have searched out and compared them myself before I bought them. I wouldn't have had both, but I guess I have a choice of like whether like super full coverage. Um, when I have those days, that's what I want. This is what I choose, and then medium to full coverage, but a lighter feel. I go for the double wear light. So I definitely would not recommend either one if you have very dry skin, because it tends to feel dry when I take it off. So, and I have kind of like normal kind of combination skin. Like I can be dry, but I can also be very oily. So, but yeah, if you're dry, I would not recommend either one. And it's probably just the fact that it's so long wearing. Because it tends to like really soak into your skin and set. And even my hand, the hand that I put them on, feels a lot drier than the hand that doesn't have them on. So yeah. Anyway, quick video just comparing the two. Let me know if you have questions because I feel like I kind of like yeah didn't make sense. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon.